experiences with Pleasantdale, their struggles, their successes, and they would do it for free. So we wouldn't have to fly anyone here or pay for their cost. We have recaps of that detailed information as well. We know that we are taking all the steps leading us to standards-based grading. We revise the curriculum based on outcomes. We're allowing test retakes or further attempts. We're developing report cards that align with those outcomes. We're adopting a software that accommodates current grading and SVG. All the steps are there. We know that's the path you're leading us in. All we're asking is that you as a board do your due diligence and really look at things and look at all the questions that are being unanswered and the overwhelming negative parent feedback of 68%. We would like you to clearly outline why we are implementing SVG beyond the theory. Again, this goes to your communication point earlier. Provide a real-life example of a school who has implemented this and measured it, not just where it's been implemented, with data to support the success. I don't think Douglas County is showing success right now. I don't want our school to model that. We'd also like you to share Lions LT's philosophy on SVG and answer questions as to how our students will assimilate if they aren't going to use SVG. How are we going to make that transition when we cross over? Develop a communication plan as to what SVG is and how this will be communicated to the families in the district. Utilize the Parent Advisory Committee to review all the data and plans and make suggestions. To develop a plan for reteaching students rather than just allowing retakes. To define what we expect to achieve and how we're going to measure that and over what period of time. Those are some of the big goals that we see. I think collectively we all agree we want the best for the kids at D107. I know I do. But we believe that the board needs to become a bit more involved and ensure that we develop a project plan that addresses questions and concerns before rolling out standards-based grading with Pleasantdale School District in the 2011-2012 school year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else this evening? Yes, please.
Christine Violante from Willow Springs. I'm sorry, I'll make this brief because I know it's been a Saturday, but I didn't sit down to just go. Sorry. I just wanted to say I think it's great that we're having a reading specialist for kindergarten. As a parent of a child who's struggling in reading, I wish she would have had that, but I think it's great that we're going to have that. I just have a question. I've been going to meetings on and off for the last couple of years, and I know that you, I don't know what the enrollment of preschool and extended day kindergarten was before the fee increase, but I'm just wondering if you guys as a board have looked at, has the number of kids that are attending preschool at Pleasantdale decreased or remained the same since the fee increase? And with the fee increase, has any type of curriculum changed? I'm just curious, because I know I meet people that go to Kensington, that go to Grand Avenue, that go here, that go to there. My second child went somewhere else. My first child went to Pleasantdale, and to be honest, when the fee increase went up, we just made a family decision that we were going to look elsewhere. I'm just curious if you've looked, since you've made that decision, if that impacted the families at all. And if it has, if it's something that you're, obviously you can't go back, but if you're going to raise it in the fees, are you going to be looking at curriculum at all to make sure that Pleasantdale is being competitive with area preschools? Because I personally feel, and it's not a knock against Pleasantdale at all, and please don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like from what I hear, some preschools are doing a little bit different things than what Pleasantdale kids are, and when I look, and my child also has some issues with reading, but I'm just hoping that they're all coming to kindergarten kind of at the same level. Because I don't know what we're charging comparing to Kensington, but I know some kids are coming in kindergarten already reading, and maybe that's because parent support, I don't know. But I would just ask if you could look at that. Also, I don't know if there's anywhere on the website, or you guys talk about these tests, and I don't know if me as a parent, it's just me being ignorant, but I have no idea half the time what you're talking about and what these tests are supposed to be covering. I don't know if that's on the website. I know that I get things home, for my daughter that she's going to be taking the GATES test. I mean, I guess I could email the teacher and say, what's the GATES test? I just think it would be nice if parents had a little bit more understanding about what these standardized tests are, because it's kind of over my head and it would just be helpful. And then going back to what Kim was saying, and I talked with Mark and I talked with other board members who've been very nice about me calling them at home, and I've talked with Dr. Fredesdorf. I initially came on the Parent Advisory Committee thinking it was going to be a couple times that we're going to be in extending, which is fine, but I'm just saying as a parent coming into the school district, I think that it's a wonderful school, but as wonderful as you are, there's always room for enhancement. And for me personally, I think one area is communication. I don't think it's awful, but I just, being here 3 hours and hearing some of the questions, I just think if some things were presented, maybe it's just the way in presenting them a little bit more clear would help, because it could be filtered to you guys and then be filtered to us as parents a little bit better. So.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Closed session? Do you have a motion, please?
We'll go into closed session to consider information regarding appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of personnel, and the superintendent performance evaluation compensation.
Yeah, I have a second, please.
Mrs. Essig?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Miraboli?
Yes.
Mrs. Nelson?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Halloran?
Yes.
Mrs. Tegmeyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Sedley?
Yes, the board will go into closed session after a short recess. I think we have to go before. And I move slowly.
Good head start.
How come we can't see those?
They have to be.
But isn't there enough for everybody?
Yeah, but we don't just pass it on to everybody.
Oh, I thought we did, because I used to see Sandra Hannah handing stuff out. Oh, she does? Didn't she hand out the pony or something?
Oh, yeah, it was on here.
Are you talking about the assessment?
I'm trying to make it
Right, but I mean, but you don't have to make it simple for us. You have to somehow make it simple for the parent in January who gets a grade called C. You know, what does that mean?
Yeah, I
They
suppose.
need to know that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm all over the teachers in terms of how they're going to communicate this to parents. Thinking about the monitoring of this.
Good night, Matt. Right, I mean, yeah, no, have them come in and present. But it's just that consistency across the grade level is vitally important, so.
How's it going there, handsome?
That was you.
Not talking to me.
I should probably go.
Closed session on the matrix.
Wait, but I thought that if he had a meeting, I was going to be there, or has he had a meeting with the teachers yet? So we're talking about potentially having one?
No, we're not. Nope.
But ultimately came.
Oh, yeah.
They,
August, man. I'm looking forward to that. But
Leander wanted it to be,
yeah. Actually, 4th
The
of July.
teachers didn't get back. They came
Yeah. I know,
back. Teacher
it's hard.
Hodges sent multiple things to training.
Good, how are you?
Finally, last week, Friday, 2 weeks Friday, she said she could meet on the Monday, the next Monday. There's no way. So finally, I got John Reed to come in.
I'm okay, how you doing?
And so he didn't offer much.
Kids are wrong.
And he just,
Keys?
Oh my God.
you know?
Are you have yours?
They're burning the gas
I
like
don't
crazy.
come back.
I have
I got it.
Okay, have a good trip, I know I'll talk to you.
They're like off in 3 different directions.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, the main thing with the,
Yeah, I was thinking about like how they were saying, when John Reed had asked.
he's, no,
At
it's
the
like,
negotiating committee get back together. And I was thinking about this like 2 days later, and I was thinking the negotiating committee, from the board perspective, couldn't possibly get together without getting something from, because all that negotiating with, if it were Rick or Terry or whoever, all they'd be able to do is go and present what we've already